Yes, people, smash the likes. This is the reaction to yesterday. There was a Lee versus Terry Flewers from the Football Terrace heated discussion. You could say at the least. I'm going to be dropping a very, very honest reaction to this, and it's going to be, there's not going to be no bias. I'm just going to say it how it is. I don't really want this to go anywhere. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. I've actually spoken to Terry about doing it. I have dropped Troops a message as well. I have actually, well, Lee doesn't actually really care, but obviously he wouldn't mind. We even spoke before last week. So really and truly, it's not like I'm doing stuff behind backs or being a bit of a snake, as to say. I think I'm the only one with one of these clips, to be fair. But I'm going to be putting an honest take on it, and that's that. And it kind of goes back to the last international break from what I've seen. There's from what I was watching yesterday, I'm not happy with certain things, but it's not my feelings. It matters. It's probably the people that's on the panel. So, but I can only elaborate what I can hear and view and whatnot. So do give your takes. Do smash the likes. Be honest with yourselves as well. Don't be too biased. Don't be too harsh. And that's that. I think that's probably the best message to put there before we start. Anyways, let's get down into it. It's a 18 minutes clip overall.
Terry, talk to me, man. I know you're not on the agency or whatever.
Oh, by the way,
anymore.
Terry's behind me. It will flip where there's 2 of them, 3 of them. So just bear with.
Yeah, but you know, Said, me, we've been outside. Now, awards don't justify anything, but you need to call these people, because I know, Terry, you're the man of the people. You get all the man them on your channel. They come to you, they give their opinions and whatever, and you see all of these people working so hard. And I look at the award function sometimes, yeah, and I see the channels that be getting recognition. They have so much financial backing behind them and all of this stuff. And the guys that are doing their channel of their own feet never get nothing.
Well, look, I've judged on the Football Fan Content Awards a few times in the last couple of years. They asked me to be a judge this year. I've not actually received any official voting links this year, but I don't control who gets nominated.
But you're a judge, though. You've been a judge, no?
Yeah. Well, all
so
that really, but all that entails is I get sent a link, and I go onto a website and I vote for who I think should win. Mm-hmm. That's it. There's no sitting in a room and debating and deliberating and saying why this person's better than the other. So there's only so much I can do.
So how come? So is it, how's the judging thing work? So 50% is the fan votes, 50% is the judges decide, right?
That's what they tell me. I only vote for who I vote. I don't sit there and count everything up.
So you've been a judge before, no?
I voted for podcasts, and yes, I've been a judge.
Right. Okay. So 50% is the panel and 50% is the public. Well, by default, bigger channel's going to win all the time, no?
That's my argument. So, for instance, hold
on, Terry. If that's your argument, you're a big voice in the community. You're not arguing hard enough.
But hang on a minute. But I've spoke about this publicly on multiple streams, including.
You speak about everything publicly.
Well, there we go then. So I've said this before.
Not how to press someone and let them land, bro. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? I kind of realized even beforehand, I didn't clip it because I took it out. But Faz is instigated this. Yes, if he's watching this, personally, I know if when we go back to it, it was a little bit of play acting going on beforehand to draw certain conversations about this, and this was always going to happen. AKA, but after this, it will be Terry versus Lee. I don't really like that because this is a charity stream. Whether it brings more viewership or not, it was a happy stream and it was class until this. There was a good side of it, which I uploaded this morning, and there's the bad side of things, which I'm about to obviously upload at some point today through this. And this is the part where I don't like it because it brings the mood down and it doesn't need truths on when everyone's coming together, whether it brings more viewership or not. It's meant to be about football. It's meant to be about life and not about personal beefs, because this is what this is getting into, people. And that's a fact. Anyways, let's continue. I don't really like the way. Just let man land next time. But is what it is. Faz is good at what he does, man. So big up to him on that aspect because he knows how to push buttons.
I said on a stream with Goldbridge only about 4 or 5 weeks ago that the fact that the Big Six didn't win the best Premier League podcast 2 or 3 years running, although I voted for it, I thought was wrong. But I don't control who wins it. I give them my vote. I don't run the show. So
I get it. No, I get you.
How much more can I do?
You see, you're in a middle space, and whether you like it or not, you're one of us because you have.
No, but I do like it. I am part of it, and of course I'm a big supporter of the football fan content community. But at the same time, I don't control the football content awards. I don't own it.
No, you don't.
I don't control who wins. I don't. It's not down to me.
Yeah,
I've given my vote. I've publicly stated what I think or who I think should win.
Yeah.
I don't control what they do. I don't own it. It's not my business.
I appreciate that. But what I'm trying to tell you is, Terry, you have worked your way into a position where, well, firstly, if it was up to you, Igal should be winning loads of things because Igal is a grafter. Hussam, Lee Gunner, Said, these guys are grafters. And these guys have massive loyal to the soil communities. Big Six should be rassing up the awards every year because of their community. Now, you're in a very unique position because you have these individual channels that come on your channel and feed your channel, and you have now been in a position where you can judge these watchers and whatever.
Yeah, but this is bullshit because Terry's just said he's just a judge out of the many. He doesn't discuss it within whoever it is. It's half between judges, however many there are. But also, when you look at things as well, it's also the public. So the public decides. The thing is where Faz is going down this lane, I'm not taking anything away from Saeed, Big Six or anything, right? As much as things seemed a little bit rigged, things seemed a little bit off, even when I was there the time a few years ago with Terry and whatnot, right? So the way I've kind of viewed it is there are other content creators, just not all the community knows about them. Do you know what I mean? There's other people that do other stuff. What about them? Because then you're discrediting the other content creators that do stuff for, I don't know, Southend. I think there was one for a team like that. You know, Brighton, when you got Luke Links and whatnot. Like, people don't know about these other content creators. The broader wide world of football content creators is not always the live audience that we know every day, that watch us every day in similar channels. And that's a fact.
I'll be honest, if you were arguing our corner, you ain't arguing loud enough.
Well, you have no idea. You have no idea.
Talking about it publicly.
Hang on a minute. Well, you have no idea about that. But the thing is, there's no public forum to make this argument. So there isn't a room.
Educate us. Educate us.
So when you make that claim, there is no room where me and the judges get together and debate who should and who shouldn't win. There isn't a forum of that nature. So there isn't any place for me to take your point and push it. There's a link where I click for who I want to win.
Okay.
That's it. So from my perspective, if there's no forum, okay, what am I supposed to do? And the thing is, that Turkish writes this comment here. I never voted for Wolves TV. I voted for the Big Six.
We don't need to know your no.
No. Because you've called me out.
Labour or whatever.
Faz, you've called me out.
It does matter.
So I'll answer.
No. I haven't called you out.
You have.
You just did. Look. People know that me and Terry we're fine. We're cool. Like we're not best buddies or anything like that. Me and Faz, we're fine. We're cool. But come on, man. You have called him out. You just said that he doesn't speak up enough for the community, which in a sense could be right. You know, I think there could be a lot more going on, but we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But maybe it's just a lot of conversation that just doesn't go a lot of nowhere, because all we do as fucking content creators, yeah, is bicker about one another, press one another, try to drag down one another. And I've been subject to that as well. And I've also been a part of it. So I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, but it's flipping boring.
Please. Let me finish.
Senior man in the community.
Please, no, don't give me. I'm a senior man in the community. Let me answer. Turkish and I, everybody knows this because it's public. I've had our differences, but I can put on my children's life that on the 3 times I've had to vote on the best Premier League podcast, I voted for the Big Six because it is. It isn't just because it gets the most amount of views. It's because it has a great dichotomy of opinion. It has an excellent sort of camaraderie between its individuals, and it deserved to win. I
Okay,
voted.
let's cut all this bullshit. Yeah?
I
Let's
voted.
cut. Real talk. Respectfully, no, I ain't letting you.
Let me finish talking, please.
No. Real talk. You've done a video before. Yeah, you were factually had a percentage of your channel, the Football Terrace, owned by Snack Media. Yeah or no?
Correct.
You've actually. Thank you. Who runs the FCAs?
Snack Media.
Thank you. Do you want me to send Sal the link? Because they offered it to AFTV for 20 grand, the whole award.
But that's not got nothing to do with me.
No, doesn't matter. No. But factually, you sold a percentage of your... No, let me land.
See, I'm not doing it.
No, you're not doing it. Of course you ain't.
No, of course I'm not doing it.
Straight here, yeah, before it goes and kicks off everything that you lot probably want, right, is he is a partner. If there is so-called influence, sure, there might be some influence within these awards. I don't even know why this conversation is even happening for me, but maybe it's just in terms of recognition for other content creators that didn't get a taste of this award, even though it's bollocks in my opinion anyways, but that's just my opinion. And I do agree with Faz as well in certain degree. That year there was Big Six were huge and they didn't win it, and that was crazy. But there might be some influence. But remember, Terry was a partner who was pretty much getting ripped off by Snack Media, hence why he bought the company back, which he's going to explain himself, and he's mentioned on video himself. But he's not a board member. Do you know what I mean? If when I went there, you meet some of these board members are part of Snack Media. So being a partner and being a board member is completely different. So that's what I've taken from this and what I know, I think, enough. Might not be fact, though.
Because
Thank you.
I don't own Snack Media. I don't control what Snack Media do. They owned a part of the Football Terrace.
Owned how much? Because you did it on the video before.
They owned a part of the Football Terrace.
Because you said
it's irrelevant.
Well, it's not, because the people in the chat need to know for context, and you love context. So please tell, because I can pull the video up that's still on your channel, yeah? How much of the channel that you own, yeah, the Football Terrace, did Snack Media purchase that you then spent a fuck ton of time getting back, that you have actually said factually on a video, yeah, on your channel? How much, please?
Okay, so if I start to answer, are you going to let me finish, or are you going to interrupt?
I'm going to shut up. I'm moving your mic. Troops kicking me out.
Cool. Kick him out, and I'll answer. Just so he don't interrupt, and I'll answer. Because I have spoke about it before. I sold 75% of the Football Terrace back in 2001 to Snack Media. The reason I did that...
That's a big percentage. Man.
Just let me finish. The reason I did that, yeah, but it doesn't sound as bad as as everybody thinks. But they had to earn me more than 300% more than it was already making before they earned a penny. So they own the majority share, but they had to pump a lot of money into it to get the revenue up to over 300% of what I was already earning before they got a penny. So I was financially secure, but they took all the risks with running the business. Now, that's completely irrelevant to the award of the FCAs, because that's a Snack Media business that I had nothing to do with, but barring being a judge. Judging, as I've already said to you, I got sent a link where I went onto a website and I voted for who I thought should win. That's it. Point blank. End of story. In terms of buying the Football Terrace back, I got to a point where I thought, do I want it or do I want to let it go? And then me and a consortium of individuals put some money together to buy Snack Media off of a company called Valnet that bought Snack Media. Very, very boring. And then once that was complete, I got the Football Terrace back in its entirety. And I'm doing now whatever it is I want to do with the Football Terrace. But in terms of Snack Media and its ownership of the FCAs, I had nothing to do with it. They were an investor in my YouTube channel, but I didn't run that business. I didn't tell them how to run Snack Media. Go look up any paperwork to do with Snack Media. I had nothing to do with it. So when people like Lee come on and say things like that, it's an absolute irrelevance. I don't control who they vote for, who they give awards to. I don't control what they do now.
You don't
control what
Terry,
they do next week.
Terry.
I have absolutely nothing to do with it on any level. I took that investment because it was a way of me changing my family's life. I won't ever for one single second undo that, because from my perspective, okay, Changing my family's life is the most important thing, and it gave me an opportunity to do it. But what has that business done since? What has that business done since compared to most YouTube channels? It's employed people, okay? It has given people jobs, it has paid people money, and it has changed my life. And I will never change a single part of that. Do I control who wins an award at the FCAs? Not on your Nelly. Have I voted? Yes. Have I voted with integrity? Absolutely. I voted for people that I don't even particularly have a lot of time for to win awards, because I still know that their content is fantastic. The same as when I do my reactions. There's nothing biased about what I do. I react to things. I say, that's great. This is good. This is bad. This is indifferent. But I'll always promote the football fan content community. Some people don't like me. That's on them. If they don't like me, I'm not asking them to. At the end of the day, I've done nothing wrong. There's a lot of rumors that go around about me. Oh, you own this channel. You own that channel. You do this. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, so what? I don't control no one. I don't make no one do anything. At the end of the day, I've done nothing wrong to anybody in this space. I sleep well at night. I have my integrity in place. And that's it, Faz. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the speech. We're not stupid individuals. We do know that you don't control Snack Media. We're just saying that, just, represent the brothers a bit more. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there are certain people who pop up out of channels out of nowhere, get award and good. No, hold on. They get award, and it's nothing to do with you. But you're
nothing to do with me.
But T, you're one of you're just
bro. When people get out of this mindset that YouTubers are your friends, they're not your friends. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, they are very good colleagues. They can become very good friends, but a lot of these lot don't have. I'm not even gonna say names because it's just opinion, not even fact. But I reckon a lot of people don't have outside lives in it like that going on for them. And you know what? I don't really care for that. As long as they're nice people, that's all that matters. And yeah, certain individuals will push more. Lee Gunner has a very bad rep online, unfortunately, right? But people don't understand what he does behind scenes, what he does for certain channels just to even get monetized, including Never a Foul. People never understand stuff like that. In terms of the Terrace right now and Terry, he does not need to explain his business dealings, to be fair. Even though I am quite interested in stuff like that, personally, it should not need to be aired out online to the public for everyone to make a judgment because he done what was best for his family at that point. And you can see with Terry, you can see as soon as he starts talking about family, it starts getting to a trigger point, which we don't need to delve into anymore, because why does it really matter? No, honestly, now at this point, why does it really matter? Because this was all geared up and this was all anticipated before this conversation was probably spoken about, before I believe, not factually believe, that Faz probably put onto there because he wanted to do this so he can create some drama that's not fucking needed on a charity stream for people that are in need over in Jamaica, just so you can bring more traction rather than the actual overall message. This went on for about an hour and a half overall of a merry-go-round, people forgetting about the message. There are some Jamaicans that are going to be watching this, were watching that, and you know what? They want to be spreading the message about with like happiness and love, not animosity, because then once you rile up the crowd, you're not really in a gifty giving mood, are you? Just because it's a stream of the year. Troops, you know what you was doing, in my opinion. Now I'm looking at this back, I'm forming a different opinion. You know this was going to happen. And you know what? I'm not... You might tell me different. You might say that you don't know, but I'm just calling out for what it is, like in my eyes, where you knew this was going to happen, innit? And other than that, I think it was a flawless stream. I think it was great. It was amazing. Aubameyang, X, all the people from 24 hours until this part. For me, it deaded my vibe. As much as it can be funny and laughter, this is just where it starts getting left, and it's not needed. It's for a conversation that's probably needed offline, like men, and just talk about it, I suppose, isn't it? Because we're too busy trying to drag each other down to see who's right and who's wrong. Who cares? League Honours one, who cares? It should just be that. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of nitty gritty with a few people. You can't expect to be friends with everyone, but that's just my 2 pence on that, innit? Obviously, Troops at that point is nearly enough falling asleep. He's about 2 hennies down, little bowls and whatnot. So is what it is, innit? I'm not even trying to make an excuse for the man, but this has happened now, innit? And I personally, look, you're gonna see what this is. I'll give the analogy at the end, anyways.
Like one of us. So if you can send a message from a brother to a brother, T, send them a message that, stop being unbiased and also stop charging us to come to your own awards and promote your thing. T, you've got a voice, you're in there. That's what we ask for. We're not asking you to give me an award, give Lee an award. We're just asking you.
I couldn't give a fuck about an award, Faz. Real talk here. You said
I don't-
75%, Terry.
that's it.
You spoke here.
That's it.
All right, now real talk here. Terry, you spoke here. Right? You've got a video factually on your channel right now, unless you're deleting it as we speak. Yeah,
Right now.
where you said, yeah, that you're free, you got your company back, blah, blah, blah. At that point, it weren't 75%. Yeah, at that point, you buddied up with them, Snack Media. Yeah, I know this because it's on the video. You then said the Squad TFT or the Clips channel. Squad TFT is called Terry Flewers now, by the way. Yeah. But you said that KJ, you're happy you started paying people and blah, blah, blah. The video's still there. I can't remember the name of the title. You probably can. But they factually did not own 75% at that point. Yeah. Not only that, how does your ex-girlfriend, Jess, yeah, factually win a plastic award, a little plastic thing, yeah, over certain other channels, like Lee Judges, for example? Yeah. Yes, you're on the panel. Yes, you only get a certain amount. But actually, you can vote on, well, unlimited times, I believe. Yeah, I know this. You know this, Terry. Let's stop waffling, yeah? Right? Tao is my best friend, the co-founder of AFTV. I've been best friends with that guy for fucking years, as you know, right? You said on a video on your channel, I can't remember the name of the title, some clever twat in the chat to find it. You said you got your channel back. We had conversations when I was doing Straight Facts, and I know the headache you went through. Yeah, I know that. And I know the money you spent to get it back. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that shit. That's different. Yeah, you just said 75%, bro. They did not own 75% factually. Yeah, when you was a panelist, yeah, a judge, yeah, and the bullshit, and you said, oh, that channel is KJ's channel. It's on your channel right now, unless you're deleting it as we speak. Yeah. So what we're doing here, you can bamboozle people.
I have no idea what you. Can I respond? Is that okay?
Okay, let me land this in. He has no idea what I'm talking about. Somebody find the link, please. Real talk to his video. Yeah, so, because he said, I've got my channel back. Yeah, I'm free. Yeah. Or this is the end with a big X or something over it.
Okay. So can I respond?
Okay, you can respond.
I will respond. So KJ never owned the Squad. The Squad was a podcast that we were looking at launching, and we decided to not push forward with it. That's that. In terms of the 75% ownership, it's on Company's House. Company's House is a public website you can go on. And if you go back and look at all the documentation of Football Terrace Limited, you can see who owned 75% of it, and it's them. It's public information. So for you to sit here and tell me what they did and didn't own is ridiculous, because it's public information.
I'm going off for what you said on your video, mate.
Well, they own 75% of it. That's it.
No, I'm going what you said when you got your company back fully.
It is what it is.
It's on your channel, right?
I don't care. They own 75%.
So it is on your channel, right?
Maybe, maybe not. They own 75% of it. Okay. So if it's on public, it's on Company's House what they own.
Nobody cares, Tel. Is the video on your channel?
It's what they owned. So
is the video on your channel?
In terms of Jess.
Oh, let me just move my soul back down. There we go. By the way, I don't get this, man. I don't. I'm sorry, man. It's just, what's the overall thing about this, man? Honestly, Lee, man, I'm not even gonna. We'll talk in it. I don't even want to say too much, but this has got to. For me, this has got to stop, man. This has got to stop. In my opinion, it's got to stop, mate. There's a lot more to this, but no way, it might not even be there at the end. But
this is the point I'm making. The link I got sent to vote for who wins what section, that category she was in, I didn't get a vote on, because of course the person I was with at the time wasn't in it. That's it. As I've said already, I don't control who does and does not win awards. Okay. I know you spent a number of hours online calling her a whore and referring to her like she was some kind of prostitute and talking down to a woman in that way.
No,
And that's
if you're gonna quote me, I said Jess rides the right cock. That's what I said.
Yeah, referring to her as a whore. That's on you for doing that. Hang on, that's what he said, not me.
That's my words because I own my business. I stand on job. I don't go around the houses.
I didn't vote.
Yeah. Man said he don't know if the...
Looking back on the way that is we can all have our laughs and banter. And I'm not here trying to be the heroic police. I've laughed at this before myself, but now just looking towards it, it's wrong, man. Honestly, it's degrading as well. As much as you don't even have to like Jess. I'm sorry, or whatever. You don't, whichever way you want to view it, but it's none of our business, man. Look, Lee is an amazing content creator. Yeah, an amazing content creator. But when did it stop becoming less about the football and more about home truths and stuff like that? Why that's the bigger question. Why? Because if anyone had a gather of this whole thing, when everyone was together, whether it was me, Monts, Roms, the BSB lot, X and everything, look at the difference when all the community was in one place and it was booming on a night in international football going on. It's a shame, man. It's a shame, innit?
Video posted on his channel or not? Wow, crazy.
No,
I'm not moving mad. I'm asking him a question because he's
you troops can't say you lot are moving mad. You should have known these are the antics that were always gonna pop up. And this is what happened when you got these two together, because you know Lee's been waiting for ages to pop at Terry. I have known that. Everyone knows that. The amount of composure, yeah, that Terry has probably had to go through without responding to a single thing is prime Perlo. But, you know, Lee's like prime Diego Costa. He wants to keep pressuring, so.
Man's gonna. We can have the debate, you know what I mean? But we're trying to keep.
We're having the debate, and
I know, but we're saying words. The stream could go left, bro. We're trying to support.
It ain't gone left, bro.
I hear you, but he's coming on there talking about this, doing this thing.
Words, you know what I'm saying?
No, Faz asked him a question. He was waffling. I got added in.
Waffling. I gave a very straight and direct and detailed answer. That's what they own to the business. There's no
totally wrong to what you told me.
Well.
And what you told the public on your video that may or may not be there anymore.
So that isn't what I told you.
What's the number that Terry said on the video?
Bro, real talk, yeah? I got an iPhone X sat over there. Yeah, I know exactly. I'm not going to ruin him because I'm not a see you next Tuesday, yeah? Because I can say some things on here and I'm not a see you next Tuesday, like I just said. Yeah? So stop playing games, mate.
No, but you're saying you know the number. Terry's not.
What should we talk about when you went to America then?
You do that number.
Yeah, we'll talk about games. Should we go that route? Because I will if you want, and I'm not a prick, bruv. So calm down in it.
What are you talking about?
Do you actually want to go there?
Lee, I feel like but both of your conversation is dragging me into it. Man just wanted to big you up and big Saeed up and
no, I'm gonna let
Saeed deserves an award and the man deserves an award.
Yeah, and that's fine. As I've said already, I don't control.
No. Because at the end of this, yeah, at the end of all of this, this ain't on Lee, yeah, as much as he's going into it, because he is getting into his feelings a little bit more, as you lot can tell. Terry is definitely going to get riled up. It's on you, Faz, for instigating this on a fucking charity stream, bro. You knew this was going to happen. How can you not think this wasn't going to happen? You think this is all over FCA awards or whatever the hell it's called? You know it deep down, bro. You caused this and you tried to blame it on Saeed as well, whether it was a laugh or not. Yeah, it's not. It's on you for doing this. And you're an amazing instigator. It's a quality, right? But you know what you was doing. Just own it. And whether you want to call me out afterwards, that's up to you, innit? That's just what I'm believing. But this is just glorified rage baiting at this point, and now you're laughing, trying to make it less awkward. And this is what you're gonna get with when Lee has been talking about Terry publicly on stream, and myself as well on these streams as well, right? When we've had our thing, but I've gotten over it. We've spoken about it. It is what it is. You move on, mate. Do you know what I mean? So on that notice, it's you done it, not Lee, and this ain't on Terry. And this is what happens when you put two of them together before they've even had a flipping phone call, whether it's on whoever's terms and who doesn't want to talk, right? And that's that.
Leave it. It's gonna go
Yeah,
left.
we probably better leave it because
It's gonna go left.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
Listen,
and this ain't about.
it's gonna go
We'll
left.
do that another
Yeah,
day, innit?
let's just
But he knows what I'm
switch the
talking about.
conversation.
You went on holiday, yeah?
Lee,
Yeah.
big up to you.
Don't bring my private life into something to do with football content.
Which is exactly what I just said.
Yeah, but exactly.
We'll
But why would you bring private lives up for, Lee?
Listen, let's just
I'm sorry, but I'm in agreement with Terry here. Lee, you was definitely wrong for that, man. Like the whole personal thing now is too much, man. It's too far. And I'm not trying to police anyone and do whatever you want on your channel. We'll talk about it behind the scenes. I don't want to ridicule anyone. With Terry as well, with the way he wants to do content. Yeah, it could be a bit too clickbaitish, but bro, look. I'm gonna put my point across at the very end.
The good way to segue is, listen, Arsenal ain't winning shit this year yet again. It's the same shit again, and we should.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna put this across right now. Yeah, see, no one knows what anyone's going through. Everyone in here at this point, maybe bar a few, were having a drink as well, and home truths do come out. Terry can tell you, and he finished a whole bottle of whatever he was drinking. Lee's on the beers and whatever. And things go and get dragged. And it went on further than this, and it just became a circle after circle, to the point Expressions had to use, obviously, his tricks in the book of what he's great at and just simmering it down and stuff. And you know what? Faz even had a part to play in all of that too. So that's the big part of what Faz did afterwards, before it's getting taken out of context. But when did it become less about football and more about personal digs and life and stuff? Yeah, look, I think Henry talks bollocks. I don't like his content, to be fair. It's not for me. It might be for someone else. But you know what? I'm willing to talk to him and have a conversation if need be, off air. And you know what? It's probably silly. Just leave him alone, innit? But that's that, innit? It would be nice to have a few questions, because it is a bit weird, in my opinion. Again, I have to keep saying that. But when people need to understand with Lee, yeah, when this guy's on job, yeah, the same thing with Terry. Terry's mainly on job. He's very composed compared to the next person. Lee is super educated in football, right? Before anyone gets the wrong idea, yeah. When he is talking purely football and providing facts with the football, and he's having a go at people using bits and bobs and Expressions as well, has said this live on air on his stream late at night, how he's an encyclopedia. That is the best version of Lee, and you lot know that. That is the best version. It doesn't always have to be long, dragged out 8 hours. He can do whatever he wants on his platform, right? But Lee, when it comes to talking purely football, when everyone comes together and talking purely football, yesterday was evidence to show what I mentioned before. Too busy dragging one another down rather than coming together, working together, and just deading stuff off, man. Because it's better when there's a happier community as one rather than all for one. Do you get what I'm saying by that? And that's where I'm at with all of this policing of this, that, your company as well. That's got to stop, in my opinion. Again, up for debate. And Expressions as well was telling Lee as well, drawing, and Faz on top of that. People that are close to this guy, I'm saying as well, I'm good friends with this guy, and I'm saying it now. Like, there needs to be some good conversations. I would say, what's the word? Constructive conversation that needs to go behind the scenes. And that's that. And just leave it as that. Because then we can all thrive and we can do more. And it's not even just to do with me. It's more to do with these guys in this particular video. So I can't lie. Look, it is the draw the line type situation when it does get personal, man. And you know what? One day, he will definitely put his hands up, say, my bad. Terry, whatever he's done to lead us, it's probably another side to the story that ain't been said, probably will say, you know what, I've said stuff, my bad, but it doesn't need to be put on stream, man. It really doesn't. It doesn't, man. They will talk about it on the phone at some point, like grown men, and you know what, we might see something a little bit different in future, but long way off of that, man, but it's got to start somewhere. In a bit, people, make sure you smash the likes, and be nice in the comments. Anyone gets nasty, then I'm just going to delete it. Love.